Okay, everybody, I am so excited today to introduce my new friend, Miss Nicole Briggs. Welcome,
Hello.
Nicole. Hello,
Thank you.
hello.
Thank you. I know. Hello.
Yeah, so Nicole has been a real estate agent for 16 years. She's based out of St. George, Utah, and she runs a small team called Team Surge, which encompasses a couple, 4 or 5 agents, right?
Yes, we
Two,
have 4 or 5. Yeah,
four
five.
or five. Yep.
We're
You guys.
getting ready to bring on our fifth. Yeah.
That's right. That's so exciting. And two are your daughters, correct? Which I think is
Yeah.
so awesome. And last year, you did 80 transactions, which a lot of those are your personal production. So you're a rock star. Nicole also runs a group, Real Estate Talk for Women, on Facebook, which has, I don't know, 40,000 members, female real estate agents.
Yeah.
So to say she's busy is a little bit of an understatement.
I too wear several hats on top of the mom, sister, wife, friend. Right. We all have that hat. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, a lot, a
Uh-huh.
lot,
A
a lot.
lot, a lot. So you are no stranger to running teams, not only your physical team, but now this big team of real estate agents that you kind of, coach and train. And she has digital products that she, helps people with that I've used myself. So welcome, Nicole, and
Thank
our
you.
newest member to eXp Realty and our Freedom Builders Network.
Yes, thank you, thank you. No, super fun. I'm really excited to do this today, and it's been a month of uh, exploring and learning, and really it's just kind of been really fun to see what we're going to start building. It's fun.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm going to take everybody back because Nicole and I met. I was somebody had approached me and they wanted me to build this digital product with them, and the number that this man wanted was absurd. And so I had seen Nicole because I had seen her ads, and I'd liked her products that I had purchased, and I'm like, she seems very nice, very down to earth. I'm just going to reach out to a few of these online influencers and see what they think because they're killing it in the digital space. And so I did. And of course, she responded, and we had talked several times. And I don't know what came over me, but I was like going out to San Diego to one of our masterminds. And I said, "Hey, Nicole, do you want to come? And I'll let you take it from there."
And well, I can tell you one thing. When you invited me, I was like, "Oh, that's nice. Like I'm very nice. Oh, that's nice. Thanks, thanks,
Yeah.
thanks for the invite." And then I was like, "Oh, I don't know about that." I just met her, and then the more I read about it, I'm like, "Oh, I don't even know." So I actually am just like most of you. I go to people that I counsel with and that I get the best advice from. And my sister happens to be in commercial real estate, and so I value her opinion. And I just called her and said, "What do you think? Like, what am I crazy to go hang out with this gal?" And the next day, that's when you had sent me an invite and you said, "Hey, actually, we have this house. Why don't you come stay at our Airbnb and mastermind with us after the mastermind?" And I'm like, okay, now that I can kind of get behind, that'd be kind of fun. But first of all, hanging out with people that I don't know, I don't normally do that. I have a very
Yeah.
tight, small circle of friends. And to go to another city and fly in and like not have, I had nothing. I just was like, okay, I'm flying in and I hope someone's really for real and they're going to pick me up because I don't know where I'm going, but whatever. So my sister's like, how often do you have an opportunity? What you had shared with me was some of the ladies were doing ridiculous volume, like 100 million to 600 million in volume is kind of what we were going to be seeing at the mastermind event. And I've never hit 100 million, even on my own personal production. I sell about 20 million on my own. And so for me, hitting 50 sides that's a lot of real estate for me based on I run a team and I run another business and my Facebook group. So it's just a lot.
Yeah.
So to sit in a room with people that are doing more than you, I felt like it's been an opportunity. It was a huge opportunity actually for me to just grow a little bit more and push myself out of my comfort zone. Because my goal is always just to meet other like-minded women like me and share with them what I share in my group. And that was an opportunity. So I replied, yes, booked my ticket, and oh my, here I come. So I always say, I don't know if people are prepared for me because I come with a lot of chatter, a lot of talk, just because I want to know. I want to learn. And for the first time in a long time, I haven't been, I put this in my post the other day. I haven't been wowed by real estate for a long time. Like
Yeah.
I feel a lot of passion for coaching business, coaching real estate agents in their business. And so that was really like the first fire for me where I was like, oh my gosh, like I feel rejuvenated again about the real estate business. And that was really nice. And I started that about 2 years ago. So this was something that just didn't blow my mind real estate wise, but just industry wise. I knew what was happening and going on in the industry. I could feel it, right? Like I'm in it. But what I wasn't quite prepared for what I saw and what I experienced, which is why you're hilarious. My favorite part was like, so Nicole, you're sitting all, candid and nice over here. What did you think about today? And I didn't even know how to respond. Like, I couldn't even put together the words that expressed what my thoughts were because it was so overwhelming to me. In all different aspects. I was overwhelmed with a lot of it. It was really cool.
Well, taking our audience back, whoever's watching this, Nicole was invited to our mastermind, and what it was 200 of the top, agents in our community, in our EXP community. So our senior partners, from Dan Beard to Kyle Whistle to Curtis Johnson to Mark Zuida, Michelle Sayward was there, just all of our family tree. And what we did was we put on a mastermind for each other, and we each had 15 minutes to get on stage and to really give back good, tangible, structured, step by step. Here's what we do. Here's our playbook. And I think that, you walked out of the room, I remember, and I could see her little head spinning like, wow, like I hadn't been in front of that much information at one time. And the next morning you went out on that hike with Michelle and Kim Adjemi, and
which was beautiful. I'm glad I went.
Yes.
I'm glad we went. Yeah, I had a good time with them.
But while you were gone, the other EXP ladies, we were all sitting there going, she doesn't even know she's just like, she's got so much to give, and this platform would give her such a voice. Because I didn't push. I never EXP'd all over you. I never even brought it up, actually.
I never, no, for real, you didn't, because I already told you straight up, like, I am like this, I'm happy where I'm at, but I would love to meet everybody. I'm all about growing, my business and sharing anything I have, I am happy to give to my people. So it wasn't about that. So and that made it so much better for me. And otherwise, I think it would have been a big fat, no, I'm not coming. So
Right. And really, there were so many agents from all different brokerages. And what our belief is that once you're in our community, it's so hard to explain, but once you're in it and you feel it, at what other brokerage do the top people get together once a week, accountable to one another, to pour into each other, like every week accountable to each other? And I don't see that everywhere. And I think it's because, we're middle management. We're the ones that are growing the brokerage. And so I was so excited when you were like, I'm thinking about this. And I went, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just it's hard to put into words the aha moments of like collectively what I experienced, because it wasn't even just so much about the company in general. It was more about the people and what their mission and their vision was. I mean, we started off the event, which I felt so moved to even see happen, that I've never been in a room where somebody raised $200,000 in 2.5 days. I mean, I guess I'm naive because I haven't spent time in those circles. My head's been down, doing transactions, plugging away at real estate. But, to start off the event with, hey, just so you know, you're invited here. I know how much you all make. I know what you have all received. So PS, by the way, we're not leaving this event until we hit this number. That the number that they hit was double what they planned. They had started off saying they wanted to do 100,000, and they hit 68,000 by the end of the first day.
Yeah.
Which, like at that point, I have nothing to do with EXP. I felt so terrible that I couldn't even offer anything, enough that I walked over to Dan and they handed him $100 bill. I said, I have nothing to do with this, but I want to know that I at least made a difference in whatever it was, 10 or 20. Yeah. I just want to know that I at least said that I would do something, because I couldn't have left that room. I just would have felt like a jerk. I just would have I didn't participate, So I think just the whole thing in general, just them wanting to do something figure outside of themselves. And I've been at other brokerages, and they do fundraising and stuff for other events. Not like this. I've
Yeah.
never seen anything like this. I've never seen, and I am looking forward to participating in that another, the next thing. It's gonna be
Well, and I
great.
think that, for us, like the vehicle, like we always say, the vehicle that has inspired our life is real estate, right? I mean, if so many of us were in a nonprofit, we're all in a for-profit business, right? So there's real
For
estate,
sure.
you're selling homes, nobody would do this business, maybe a few people, if there was no profit in it. So we're working,
Yeah.
but collectively, to have something so important behind it now, to have like that give back mentality where we're like, oh my God, do you know that in the next 3 years, 20% of the homes that are going to be sold are going to be sold by people not licensed today? Who's going to teach those people?
Right.
Well, it's going to be Nicole Briggs. It's going to be
Oh,
Tina
yeah.
Caul, right?
It
And
has to be. It has to be.
yeah, it has to be. And they're in our brokerage. We own it,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's the cool thing is that, I don't know, there's just a bigger feeling above and beyond just making money. And it's really cool.
Well, and it kind of came down to, so I mean that was great to help on a broader scale, and really just one aspect that we can help people, which I love.
Mhm.
The second aha moment was listening to the Q&A that happened after all of you guys spoke. They had the top producers come up and speak, and of course they auctioned off your time, which was
Yeah.
awesome. um, um, that was actually kind of a funny thing. Actually, I quite enjoyed that. That was funny. But to me, the whole time the questions were all geared around, how do we do this? How do we do that? How do we do this? And the aha moment for me, which we talked about, is, and I know you were probably glad that the light bulb turned on for me. I've already done that.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing that. And the bummer part for me is I couldn't do it to a scaled level to where I could coach them and they get to keep coming back to me, not because they paid me, but because of they see the value in what it is that I give or that I bring. And I cannot tell you, every week I have women that will message me and say, I sure wish I could, just stick you in my office with me so I could just learn more from you. Or I wish there was a way that you lived here. Like, can't you open a brokerage here?
Yeah.
And I get that all the time, and it's so flattering for me, and that's really nice. All I can do is either pitch them my products. You can buy my course
Right.
and you can have me for 8 weeks, which is great. I love that. But if you choose to, you literally can actually be, a part of my business and be my partner, which is
Right.
hands down the biggest opportunity for me to be able to share on a different level, and for them to be able to plug into additional resources that I can't build fast enough. Like, I'm
Right.
one person and I cannot build them fast enough. Because you're building a business too. There's only so many hours in the day, and we can only have so many assistants help us build stuff. And it's like, oh my gosh, like I can't get it done fast enough. And
Right.
so this really gave me an opportunity to be able to offer more at a different level. So I feel like I picked up 2 more ways that I can kind of pour into my people, and hopefully they see value there, and they want to stay, and I can love on them. The flip side to that is my team. Oh my gosh, my gals that are on my team, 2 of them have worked for me for 4 years, worked with me on my team for 4 years. And the opportunity for them now to build their own team and stay with me is like, we
Huge.
just had conversations. Yeah, we just had conversations in December about them leaving my team. I told them, you really should go build your own. Go give it a try. Like, you'll never know unless you try. And both of them decided to stay, but this makes it so they'll always have me as their mentor. And I'm super flattered by that. And I'm excited that they can build their team and I get to love on their people and give them everything I've got. I think that that's how you win. I think that's how you win real estate, is by giving people, what you can and what you have. And by doing that, they don't have to do the learning curves that you and I did back in the day when we're dialing for dollars.
Exactly. Exactly. And I think that's probably the biggest thing is that we now are all in one together. You and I are building this company together. They are building it with you together. We all are at an even playing field. We all get to start at zero. We all get to build it for however big we want it. And there's no borders. I mean, you were stuck in Utah, you know, and you could bring agents to your Keller Williams office there. But now it's like you can really bring agents. I mean, you talk to agents all over the world in your group.
Oh, yeah. Well, and it's so much fun. I mean, like I'll hold a class and have 400, 500, 600, 700 people sign up for my master class. And then, you know, from the ones that sign up to the ones that actually come in, it's, you know, 200, 300 people, which is, or 400, depending on the class that I have. It's so much fun to be able to pour into them everything I've got. And I do it. I've done it bi-weekly for the last 2 years. And I absolutely love to do master classes. I give them so much. It's probably too much, bless their hearts.
Yeah.
Because I know they're just like, oh my gosh, that's a lot. But you know, sending them out a replay so that they can watch it over. And that was the extent of what I could offer.
Right.
And that's hard because I don't ever get to see them implement anything or, you know, do anything with it or follow up and give some accountability. You know, how did it go? I had a call with a gal over the weekend. I'm excited to call her today to see how her open house went over the weekend, because she was going to have one later after my coaching session with her. And that stuff is fun for me, and even more fun when I get to bring them into the fold and we can have conversations like that all the time. It makes it it's fun.
So you're on the other side of that now because you are joining the Monday calls, the Monday mastermind. So talk a little bit about you being the teacher now coming into a world where, like you said, these agents, you know, we're doing 400, 500, 600 million dollars, big operators. What has that been like for you and the team?
Okay, so I can tell you that first, before I went out to San Diego for the event, you invited me to, and I loved what you said because it's so true. Hey, I'm going to send you this link, and here's the gal. Like some of the gals are going to be on that call. At least you can kind of see what's going on. You're like, but P.S. by the way, you're just a fly on the wall. Like shut your mouth, don't say a word. Which I like that too, because I agree with you. I have no business saying anything. I'm not part of the company, so it was really nice to just sit in there and kind of be a fly on the wall. But I can tell you this: I walked away from that meeting and I took probably a page of notes, and I held team meeting for my team on that Monday and implemented immediately what they had talked about. So it's nice to hear best practices. Not only that, some of the team members happen to be in a marketplace that's about 4 to 6 months ahead of my market. So if you really are paying attention to what's going on around the country, you'll get to see these market trends that are happening a little bit sooner than you are. And when I hear Dan Beers is handling his business a specific way and that he's seeing trends coming, I know it's coming to my market in 4 to 6 months. So I'm having those conversations, you know, with my people. Plus I put it out on my platform. Like last week's masterclass was about a shift in the market. Like, you know, I've been through this recession. I know I've been there. Yeah. So, you know, just having those conversations with them, that mastermind call, it now is a part of my team meeting. So we start our team meeting with their call. I do it specifically because I want to hear what's new and up and coming so that if they have questions, we can talk about it right after. Right. Because if I left it to the end, then they go to the meeting and then they have questions after. And now everyone doesn't win by the questions. We all win when we're all together. Exactly. Because we all learn, you know, all together. Someone's going to have that question, you know, and there's never a dumb one. So. Oh God, never. Well, I'm glad, because I think that to me, if you plug in to be a newer agent or a seasoned agent or a team leader or a broker owner, that is the epitome of who's on those calls. Everyone's learning at such a fast pace. I took our team from 72 million to almost 400 million we're going to sell this year in 3 years. It's because of the collective brain trust. I'm not going to take all the credit because I was stuck when my last firm, I was stuck. I was the top, you know, one at the firm. And it was like, I couldn't get past that because I didn't have everyone's time. I couldn't have Dan Beer and Kyle Whistle and Mary, all these wonderful people every week on a call. Like I couldn't pay them to show up. I couldn't afford them. I couldn't. No. Well, and go ahead and try to hold a meeting at the brokerage, like whatever. Right. Every week. Yeah. So like I said, I do a master class and I'll get hundreds of people that sign up. I hold one in my own city. Let's just say couple. Yeah. Like we all have $1 an
Yeah.
hour that we make, and I care about every single agent and everyone, all my agents here in this marketplace that are in business, here, they know who I am. They know if you call me, I'll call you back. It's
Yeah.
just astounding though. It's not for everybody, and that's okay too. I'm okay with that. But I know for me, for my cute little team, because I adore them so much, they've been with me through a lot. I had a business partner and I no longer have a business partner, so I really had to like step in the team lead role, and I had never done that on my own.
Yeah.
So it was hard for me, and it was like, oh my gosh, like I feel so responsible for my people. And so that it's just been an eye-opener to be able to like hear how they're running their business in those calls, and then just know that like, hey, I'm doing that. I can do that. They may be doing it on a bigger scale because their market is a lot larger than mine, but that's fine. Like I can still implement the exact same, the same processes and the same systems. And dang, just the info on best practices. I mean, some of the apps that they share are, some of them I've never even heard of. I'm like, oh, okay. Like
I need that. I need that. Well, every time I leave those calls, I'm spending more money on something. Well, to wrap up, I want you to talk a little bit about our event that we have coming. I mean, this is how much of a take action person. I always say action takers are money makers. And of course I tell Nicole, I'm like, Nicole, we have to do an event and you got to bring people in and we teach them. And that's how, people are going to know our mission and our heart and what we want to do. So talk about a little bit about the event and we'll end with that.
So I'm going to always take the same approach, like how what you did for me, because it was refreshing in the fact that I'm not here to pitch you on anything. I'm not here to sell you on anything. I'm 100% doing a mastermind event for the ladies that are here in my marketplace, that are followers of my Real Estate Talk for Women page, and inviting them to listen to some amazing ladies in my county that are doing amazing things. I've got some really high top producers from my marketplace, and we're all from different backgrounds, but it really just doesn't matter, because it's that thing that is the most important. And most important is just like, it's either for you or not, and it just depends on the moment and the place that you are in your business. And for me, I know for a fact that all the information that we'll be sharing at the mastermind event is going to be so valuable for them, that it doesn't, they walk away with their own experience. I want them to have the same positive experience that I did. So I'm kicking it off in my own city, which is really an interesting thing, because in any other city, like I have a really fantastic following. In my own city, everyone's like, nah, it's just Nicole Briggs, which is totally fine.
Right.
Totally fine.
I've seen her before.
Nicole, like whatever. Hey, I know, but did you know that like I have a Facebook group of 40,000 ladies, like for real, like, and did you know that like 26,000 ladies are active every day? That is a ton of people.
That's insane. I've been in your group. It's insane.
It's crazy.
It's a great group. Yeah.
Well, and the information, those ladies are freaking fantastic, and they are so good. Like I don't have to kick anybody out. Like they're usually pretty good to be, follow the rules. It's so nice. So anyways, I'm holding a mastermind event, and I am naming it after my Facebook group, Real Estate Talk for Women. And it really is this kind of leveling up your business, just coming to learn best practices from some amazing top producers. I even have a new agent that's 1 year in the business who is just crushing it. She's doing so freaking good. And so I said, she's like, why would you want me to come? I'm so like, I'm honored, but I'm freaked out. And I'm like, because you're doing it. Like,
that's right.
You're winning. And
that's more inspirational than someone who's been doing it 20 years like me, or 16, right? I mean, they're winning now.
100%. I tell the ladies all the time in my group, I've been you. I have sat in these conferences with 20,000, 10,000, 8,000, I've sat at these events, and I have never felt so small. I have never felt so small in my life. And I know people go there to get amped up, and to me, I felt so on an island, and I never felt like there was like every person in my country was a realtor than when I was sitting in one of those events, you know? And so this is a way for us to get really personal and intimate with our people. And we're going to do some awesome stuff. We're going to have, you know, a nice cocktail hour at the top of the Advenir, which is going to be so nice. We're going to do a quick little hike in the morning because I hate hiking, but we're going to go on a quick little walk out in Snow Canyon. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Mm-hmm. And then we've got a chef coming in to make us dinner on Thursday night. You know, the idea is just to think bigger. Like, what is it that you do in your business to push through those glass ceilings? Because we put those on ourselves. We don't know it, but our environment or whatever puts us, you know, in that air, in that environment. It hinders us, if you will. Absolutely. And I want to share with them why they deserve to be there and what life can look like. You know, it's really fun. Makes it fun.
I love it. Well, I'm going to put all the links up above. Okay. So if you're in Utah, or if you want to, if you're anywhere in the country and you feel like flying in, I'm coming in from Raleigh. So I'm going to fly out to see my business partner and help her do this event. And I just can't wait to meet your tribe and really just meet all the women of St. George and anywhere else they come from. So partner, I'm so proud of you, and I can't even believe that I'm saying that, and I can't wait to see the next few years of your growth. It's going to be tremendous.
Well, I hope I can make you proud. That's for sure. I've got some big shoes to fill, and I've got some great ladies behind me. I think it's going to be fantastic. So we're excited.
Yay! Well, welcome, and I will see you in a few weeks.
I know. Okay. See you soon.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.